just got out of the Smashing Machine. I was interested in this movie for a couple of reasons. One, it's based on a true story of which I know nothing about. So that was kind of cool to walk into it and figure out who Mark Kerr is by just watching a movie based on his life. Or at least a portion of his life. It's not a full biography, but just a chunk of time. My second reason for wanting to see it was we've seen The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, but I'm just going to call him The Rock because that's who he is. We've seen The Rock in a ton of movies over the years. And I've enjoyed a ton of his movies. Sometimes his movies fall into that guilty pleasure kind of zone, like Skyscraper, which is The Rock pretty much saying, I can make Die Hard, which is essentially what it is. And sometimes his movies they're kind of fucking dumb. So knowing this was going to be a more dramatic affair, I was very curious how that would work for him, and he does it really well. I hope he takes on more dramatic roles going forward, because this was good. Almost unrecognizable with all the prosthetics on his face and everything. At one point, I had to question, did he grow his hair back out, or was he wearing a wig? I don't know. He's always bald, so we can't really tell. But it was a really good movie. And I can't really sing The Rock's praises without talking about how great Emily Blunt was in this movie, too. She was fantastic. I haven't seen her in a lot. Every time I see her, the first thing I think about is the 5-year Engagement. And that's nowhere even near in the same ballpark as this movie. But really good. The pacing was great. The story that they decided to focus on was really well told. Maybe a modern day Rocky kind of scenario in a way. But if you like dramatic roles, you like a little bit of fighting in your movies, I would recommend it. On my Letterboxd, I gave it 4 stars. I felt like that was appropriate for this one. Future viewings, maybe I'll change my mind. But not really much else to say without going into any kind of spoiler territory. But yeah, first non-horror movie that I've seen in quite a while, especially brand new. And I don't regret the fact that I came and saw it. So, if you've been on the fence about seeing it, hopefully anything I've said has maybe kind of pushed you over to it. I say go ahead and do it. A24 is the kind of company that I put a lot of trust in. They don't always make the best movies, but I can't really think of a bad movie that studio's ever put out. So them kind of branching out, funny enough, me not seeing anything other than horror lately, and then I see something non-horror, it's kind of funny that it's an A24 movie because they're known mostly for the artsy-fartsy horror stuff. Well, they also do artsy-fartsy fight movies too. So yeah, go see it. It's good stuff. The theater we were in was really light tonight. I hope that's not an indication on how this movie's going to do. Maybe it's because it was a Sunday evening. But give a movie theater your money and go see it. It's nice on the big screen. Thanks.